Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the IT news. You're coming to the right place, because these are the IT news. The other stuff you read is nonsense, actually. It's actually nonsense. You can't even read this stuff anymore. You know, you can't read this anymore. Here, security, money, hacking, nobody cares. Security holes. This is something you might buy. It's an actual advice. It's kind of good. Some politics, some bureaucracy stuff you can't buy. They're games, but why do I need to hear from these people? I want to talk to actual people that I know and that know me about the games they play or we play. Some stuff you can't afford. Oh, some more the law things. The Congress of Evil People. This is a lot of that. And here the old political struggle. And China and whatever. And some guy who founded some place that sells stuff is dead. He has a fitting name, Kellerhals. Kellerhals, I don't know. Den Hals nicht voll kriegen. To have a throat that's never full, or something. It's just a saying that comes to my mind. Kellerhals. Keller is the basement. It's the weirdest name. Sometimes people have names that match the person. It's really, really funny. I don't know how that works. Isn't that like magic and incredible? You can choose the first name, so the parents only have to guess what kind of a child it is. If these first names mean much. They're pretty standard, right? But the last name is something you inherit usually. Sometimes people choose when they like marry or whatever. But otherwise, how do you choose your last name? My last name is Reich. It means rich. Or something else, which I will not go into, because it has nothing to do with me. Third Reich, whatever. I have nothing to do with that, so it only means rich. But is it a blessing, or, is it good to have a name that means what you want to be? It should be by this world, I don't know. It should be, actually. Why not? If my name didn't fit, I would change it. And these are the bad guys, CCC. I've seen it all. I've seen your visitors. Visitors to the Chaos Computer Club, I've seen them. They have visitors from Norway and they treat them like crap. When Norwegians or anybody from somewhere visits Germans, they do their crap, ignoring the guests. It's one big show. It's ridiculous. Anyway, these are the real news. Oh yeah, I'm watching this guy, Kleptone, from Berlin apparently, and he wears a mask. He wears a mask on stage. It's incredible. And look how he talks to people. Dear mortals. Dear mortals. People are speculating whether this is one guy or two. I commented on this, but it doesn't seem to be the most active place ever. It's his official channel. Quite a few views. It's just good software, music. That's funny, right? I said software. Music is like software a little bit. Software for the brain. Whatever. And that was an interesting slip. It's good software. Anyway, here I'm not allowed anymore. I could sign in again. First stage blocking is not in effect anymore. As soon as I type something here, they magically find out that it's me. Because I used to visit their parties and they don't like interesting people, so I just don't log in anymore. Nobody cares. My own site has some progress too. It really does. I have new counters here. 1 million, 1.3 million live counter. 1.3 million things in the bot. And we can use rules. So here, that's it. This is my new programming. Alright. I would say the new language, but it's not a new language. This is the only time programming is improved without defining a new language, actually. we use English, and this is just English with brackets and the occasional special symbol. Really occasional, I mean, if you could say it. So, in version 2, this will also work. Version 1 of the thing I make right now, it sometimes wants something like this. It's almost not necessary anymore. One thing it wants is have brackets because it just makes clear what begins where and ends where. For example, if you say, if I like you and I don't like you, and or I hate you, then say yes. What it does is this is logically not clear, because these are operators, and is an operator, or is an operator, and it could either be this, or it could be, I'm trying to type, it could be this. These are two different things. This is simple logic. So that's why we have these brackets here. And then the computer is already happy because, this is enough. This is okay. So this is about dialogues with people. Anybody who comes in, we want to have some dialogue for them. You can type in the chat without a login, so it's easily accessible. It seems to work on all devices. I think I had people from iPhones contact me in the chat, I guess. And nobody ever complained. It should work. So we make a rule for everybody, and then everybody's happy. The question is how to start the dialogue with people. I mean, I have a bot and it can do some things, but people have to be open to talk to it. If you're not open to talking to some program, it will never improve. So we just need some early adopters who just start talking to the program. So this is how we handle input. These are questions about things the bot knows. This is just about something somebody says. And then we have some next level rules that say how to handle the rules themselves. For example, this should only be said if it's an actual question. So we could say, is a bad question when I know. Oh, let's make something simpler. Let's make it simpler. Is a bad, yeah, let's do it this way. Let's use the syntax we have. If X is a chemist, let's say user, some person we talk to is called user. Then, boom. Let's put it here. This hash mark, this is supposed to mean that something is temporary. So it's not a general best question, just in this context right now. And this is the same thing. This is like a temporary rule about temporary stuff. And also, if we know that someone is not a chemist, then it's also a bad question. Boom. This is this is it. Well, one more thing we need is to handle the result, the answer. The bot says, "Are you a chemist?" and the person says, "Yes." How do we do this? If are you a chemist? Whatever. If I said, he said, or they said. I mean, it's like in chess. They play against anonymous opponents. It could be he, she, it. It could be an engine. They said, and the person said whatever. But this is what be flexible. The point is to be flexible with these rules. So if you said, the guy here, sorry, yes, hello, caps lock, hello, the guy said, the girl said, doesn't matter, and the person said, yes, then user is the chemist. And say, that's very interesting. And should ask for a name. So we handle chemists. I want to get some science people in here, get science visitors. Hobby science or professional science, I totally don't care. I'm kind of with the hobbyists right now. I think like the king of random is. I think the king of random is not a doctor. All right. The one thing he isn't is certainly a doctor. He doesn't introduce himself as a doctor, so he's not a doctor. The point of it being a doctor is to have it in the fucking name. Sorry, it's a doctor, because you can legally put it in your name. Because people can't choose their own names. But I can choose names all day long. I chose the name SmartBot and the name JavaX because they're really smart names. They're not pretentious names or arbitrary. They're not Gorilla and Pelican. In computer science, there are often animal names for things. The new engine is called Leopard. OS X Leopard, because it wars so much. I don't care. What was the point? Got lost on the next rant. Where's the next rant to heaven? And I think it's here. I will make this work actually. This rule it's like 2 hours of coding or 3. And very soon, this is going to be the breaking point, changing point. Very soon, these rules just work. Make a rule like this, like we just did, in this short video of less than 35 hours, depending on how long I will make it. I wrote this, and this will work. This kind of rule will just work, except for the bad indenting here. So in actually 3 minutes you can write a new program, and this is the breakthrough. You could format it more nicely. This is the breakthrough. Other people are writing millions of lines of code for something like a Windows Start menu. Making a Windows Start menu could be considered simple or complicated, depending on the tools you have and the resources you have. But Microsoft has incredible resources. Many people, a lot of time. People spend their whole time on this software, and still it takes incredible effort to change the Start menu. Microsoft is only about the Start menu anymore. Only thing I do is the Windows Start menu. It has been occupying Microsoft for the last 5 years. This company is, I don't know. I love Microsoft, hello. They do some image recognition, but it costs money to use it. I cannot use APIs that cost money. If every request, who can do that? Speech recognition and image recognition, these are things, that you need for a robot, and kind of all day long. If you have a child and your child has to pay for its eye use or ear use, like by ear hour, the child will not learn that much. It's like switching yourself off. I can't listen to you because my API for speech recognition is too expensive, or the speech recognition server is down. I'm sorry. We need to use software that's on the machine, and can be run all the time. No limits on software. It's ridiculous. Sorry, buddy. I know. I love Microsoft. I'm getting a Windows PC, by the way. I am getting a Windows PC. Yeah, Windows 10 for the SmartBot in a few days. So maybe we should just make this work here next. Just copy and paste this, and whatever. Medicine. I'm a doctor. Or just sick. Yeah, this is programming as it actually should be. So as I said, you've come to the right place. Buy some chatbots. If you want a chatbot, ask us for it. Prices are good. Or chat with our bot for free. You can put anything here, just ask any questions. The bot will not answer, but I see these questions. How old is John? I see these questions, and I will change the bot. Every time you ask something here, I will make the bot do this. Thumbs up. Come on. Was it standard answer or a good answer? You know, I have some. It's still picky. I should really change this. It's ridiculous. So I say good answer, or standard answer should be the same thing. 2 thumbs up. I think the robot part is ignored anyway, so let's try it again. Thumbs up, robot. Still a little bit of work, but we can do it. Top of the wall. That's how it works. And once again, thumbs up, robot. Go, 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 go. This is crazy. Oh, because good answer, yeah. We'll make like a rewriter. This is how I program. I said good answer here, and the required wording is a standard answer. So I have to rewrite this as a good answer. Rewrite to. Now this is technical. I mean, if I do this on video, I mean, maybe people get bored, right? Is nerd answer to, and it has to be exactly right. This is kind of the low-level AI stuff that I do. And then this, I mean, this is, you know, this is only this version. In very few days, we don't need this low level anymore. That should be correct. We just English. We English. You English. We just this. We just English. And then French, and then German, and anything else. Thanks for tuning in. See you soon. 2018. Oh yeah.